The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.
Mr. Winkelmann, welcome to Georgia.
Thank you.
Great to have you here with us.
It's a great pleasure for me to be here.
So it's still the unexpected to be expected, but you're in Georgia. Expected the unexpected. You're here, and Automobili Lamborghini is in Georgia. It's a great opportunity. As you mentioned in your presentation, it's 167th dealership?
186.
86.
186 dealership, yes.
You mentioned about some deep monitoring and analysis while you are entering new markets. At the same time, I'm more interested in the details about how your company you're running is following the potential of the market you are trying to enter, and how you fit the priorities and how you analyze the situation prior to the luxury brand as Lamborghini is in Georgia.
So you have a global world of automotive, which is registering 80 million of cars around the globe. This is more or less what is the size of the global market in terms of automotive. Out of these 80 millions, there are more or less 120 to 130,000 luxury cars, super sports, luxury cars, SUVs, and this is distributed all over the globe, and only if you want to be successful, you have to act globally. Otherwise, we cannot survive with just a few markets. So we are putting a ranking of all the markets. For sure, the biggest market is the US, followed by some European markets. In Asia, we have big markets like Japan, Korea, and China. And then we see where the markets are developing, no? In terms of global markets, or in terms of potential of the automotive market and also the luxury market. And when there is, let's say, a certain threshold, we look for potential partners. And this was the case also here in Georgia, and for sure, if you come to Georgia, Tbilisi is the place to be.
So the key factor in succeeding for the luxury car segments is still having global acting presence on the market.
Because we are selling very few cars around the globe, and we cannot, let's say, crowd one market too much, also because there is not the potential. So for us, let's say the made in Italy is part of our DNA and part of the fact that we are loved around the globe. But for sure, all the luxury markets together make enough market for us to survive and to be successful. If we would just to concentrate on very few markets, there is not enough potential. So we have to go globally, and to go global if we want to continue to stay successful.
But at the same time, under your leadership, it's been already 2 years, you reached 10K in sales for the cars. After a global strike happening of COVID and things like that, it's a huge impact. Are there any specific moves done from the management?
I know there are different things. One is for sure that we have a very shining brand. So in terms of image, the brand is incredibly high. We have renewed the lineup, so the products are in the best shape ever. So there is a high demand of buying our cars. And this is for sure also connected with the fact that there are more people than a decade ago which are able to purchase those type of cars. So the potential of the number of people is increasing. The ultra high net individuals is increasing worldwide, and this is for sure helping. but we always have to sell less than demand. This is one of the, let's say, the key elements of being successful also in the future.
So at the same time, do you foresee exclusive regional editions or local collaborations that might or reflect Georgian culture and heritage?
No, in terms of the product, we don't do those things because we think that what we do in Italy and what we produce and what we think is fitting for the entire world. So this is done in very few volumes, and in our opinion, they want the original all around the globe. What we're doing for sure is when we are in a country that we do a lot of activities which are happening after the purchasing and after driving the car or while driving the car. And this is important, but not only here in Georgia. We invite also customers from all around the globe to partner up, to come to events which can be road events, so to drive on the road, to drive on racetracks, but also to drive off-road. And then for sure we have a lot of happenings, and via our partners, the dealers, we're inviting the customers all around the globe.
You mentioned about everyone's global shining brand as Lamborghini is. At the same time, worth to mention, how do you maintain Lamborghini's identity through the things happening around like modernization or ESG accomplishment or pressure? So please.
But just a few things. When we speak about Lamborghini, we are always ready to go to the extra mile, always to do the utmost to position the brand in a way that there is no comparison with others. This is one of the things which is making our cars so special in terms of design, but also in terms of performance, but also in terms of refinement, so in terms of quality. Then in terms of emissions, we are doing a lot because we are already carbon neutral in Sant'Agata Bolognese since 2015. And this despite we are growing constantly, not only in terms of build size, but also in number of cars produced and in number of employees. And then we are looking also very carefully in gender equality. We have already 20% of our managers which are female, and this is not something which is easy to achieve because still the majority of the engineers are male. So, but more and more women are approaching also the engineering business or the faculties of engineering, and this for sure is going to help to increase the presence of women in our company.
And still going back to all the messages you've delivered through your presentation and then briefing with local and international media, what are still, what does today's opening mainly delivers personally from you as a CEO and the chairman of Lamborghini Automobili?
In a very condensed time, I can meet with the owners of the dealership. I can see physically the dealership, what they are doing and how they do it. I can meet with the press, so I can have also, let's say, an exchange of what the press is thinking about us and what I can tell them. And maybe the most important one, I can meet the customers or the ones who are going to become customers in the future. So in a very short period of time of 1.5 days, including the traveling, I get an idea with the boots on the ground to understand what is going on. And this is something which I try to do every time there is an opening. And for sure here is even more important because one dealership means the presence in the market.
As I mentioned just in the beginning of our itinerary, to resume in the same similar way, is it still to expect the unexpected while Lamborghini is already in Georgia, or it's something that still goes on and never ends?
But this is our aim for sure, not to always to do things which are new and which are not expected by our customers, which is the most important thing, but they have to exceed the expectations.
Pleasure was all mine. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.